What do you get when you cross a time-tested platform with the most popular centerfire handgun cartridge? The 9mm revolver. In this episode, we're going to take a look at some of the best 9mm revolvers available today. But first, subscribe and hit the bell. Now, let's get started. Smith & Wesson Performance Center 986. Granted, the Performance Center 986 is a beast of a snub-nose and might not exactly fit every armed citizen's definition of the ultimate clandestine 9mm revolver. But if overcoming the platform's main constraints is your concern, the handgun's extra bulk pays you back tenfold. Holding 7 rounds in its ample titanium cylinder, the 986 flirts with the capacity of many micro 9mm pistols that have become the hot ticket in recent years. Tuned as for competition, the revolver is very responsive, particularly its trigger. In double action, it is smooth and lighter than most production modes, vastly improving the 986's accuracy. At the same tick, shot to shot, the revolver is quick, thanks to an over-travel stop that ensures efficiency and rapid fire. Adding to this, the gun comes with an adjustable rear sight, which goes a long way in taking advantage of the other accuracy enhancements. KPPA Rhino 60DS. One thing is certain, the KPPA Rhino will turn heads at the range. You might think it's beautiful or ugly, but it's an impressive-looking revolver. You pick it up and feel like you're on a Hollywood movie set, ready to fight some bad guys. Actually, more likely aliens, because it resembles a gun out of a science fiction movie. The Rhino 60DS sports a 6-inch barrel that is almost 1.2 inches lower than on a traditional revolver, because it's lined up with the bottom chamber. This means the barrel is directly in line with the shooter's hand, wrist, and arm. This results in almost no muzzle rise, and because energy is better absorbed and controlled by the entire arm, it reduces the amount of recoil felt by the shooter. In addition, the alignment also gives the shooter a more natural point of aim. Top and bottom rails are also included for mounting accessories, like optics, lights, and lasers. KPPA gives you the ability to use the Rhino in a single-action or double-action mode. The factory sights on the 60DS are very nice in any lighting condition. All told, the Rhino 60DS is one awesome wheel gun. It is very well made, deadly accurate, and definitely a lot of fun to shoot. Ruger LCR. Ruger has made a name for themselves in the budget-friendly carry market, and their LCR revolver exemplifies their commitment to quality at an affordable price. The LCR is one of our favorite backup guns and has a 1.87-inch barrel, making it an easy choice for ankle or pocket carry. It holds 5 in the cylinder and weighs in at just a hair over a pound, so you can easily slip it in a pocket and barely notice it. You also have the option of the internal hammer on the LCR or the single-action capable version with a hammer, the LCRX. Either will do just fine, so it's mostly a matter of preference. For pocket carry, we generally recommend the one without the hammer spur though. Taurus 905. It comes as no surprise, Taurus has had a 9mm revolver for some time. After all, the gunmaker has wheel guns chambered for nearly everything under the sun. The 905 has been a mainstay for many for the past decade or so, and is a more than capable defensive gun, along with about anything else you'd want out of a 9mm. Granted, the steel-framed handgun is on the lower end of capacity, holding 5 rounds. But that's fairly standard for the majority of concealed carry revolvers, regardless of caliber. The 905 makes up for this by coming in lighter, 21 ounces, and slightly narrower, 1.4-inch width, than other 9mm revolvers. Plus, it's fairly streamlined, with a built-in rear sight and all its edges fairly smoothed down. The only hitch, at least for some, is the spur on the hammer, though it's not a deal-breaker. Handily, the 905 utilizes Taurus Stellar clips to hold the rounds in place, a neat bit of engineering that makes loading the clips easier than traditional moon clips. Like any 9mm revolver using clips, the gun itself is quick to reload with practice. Ruger SP-101. The SP-101 is the best option for anyone looking for an affordable, reliable revolver chambered in 9mm. This 5-shot wheel gun isn't as polished as some of the other guns on this list, but it is still very, very solid and reliable. It's the ultimate blue-collar revolver. It's relatively lightweight, comes in 3 different barrel lengths, and has a milled rear sight. It's fairly simple and no frills, but if you're looking for something to keep in a toolbox or a glove box, this is a prime choice. It also has a very soft, grippy rubber grip, which is great for even a heavily recoiling caliber like .357, but in the 9mm version, it practically eliminates recoil. Finally, the trigger isn't the best you'll find, but it's plenty good enough for range work or self-defense. Rock Island AL 9.0. The AL 9.0 has garnered a lot of attention for its ergonomic grip and light 1.5-pound weight. It's the perfect revolver for those who do not like polymer semi-automatic pistols, like those from Sig Sauer or Walther, or it may be for those who simply want something that is going to be a little easier on the hands. It has a nice, classic look to it that reminds us of a Colt Python. This revolver holds 6 rounds, has a 4-inch barrel and blued finish, and a single double-action trigger. Charter Arms Pitbull. Aside from having a cool name, the Pitbull is a solid revolver for under $500. It has a 2.2-inch barrel length, a 5-shot capacity, and comes in at 23 ounces in weight fully loaded. Charter Arms offers this single-action, double-action revolver in both a black nitride and stainless steel finish. The stainless model has a neoprene grip, while the black nitride has a rubber one. The stainless model is also California compliant. This gun has a dual-coil spring assembly within the extractor. The company says this makes rimless loading and unloading easier, without the use of moon clips. KPPA Rhino 20DS. KPPA has completed a revolutionary revamp of their classic KPPA Rhino wheel gun to produce the Rhino 20DS. This snub-nose revolver has its barrel at the bottom to align with the lower firing chamber instead of having it aligned with the uppermost chamber. This not only gives it a reduced perceived recoil, but it also cuts down on the revolver's muzzle flip. Overall, this snub-nose revolver offers shooters an ultra-compact and powerful option, with attractive finishes and short 2-inch barrel.